in addition to the United States having an interest in protecting its form of government and the people's rights, there's another wrinkle that separates us or distinguishes us from every country, which of course has territory and people to defend. And that is that from its inception, the United States was and has always been a commercial republic. And so we have commercial interests to defend. And this is where things get a little bit complicated. That is to say, it would be easy to understand what to do as a statesman in terms of foreign policy if you simply knew where your borders were. All you had to do was defend your borders, and you could be completely unconcerned about any of the happenings or goings-on beyond your borders. That would be a very simple state of affairs. Perhaps many would wish for that state of affairs. Unfortunately, for the United States, even from its infancy, from its earliest days, has been a commercial republic. It has to pay attention to what is going on outside its borders. They understood that there would be times when the United States would need to be allied with other nations. They were quite aware, fully aware, that the United States had received indispensable help from France in fighting the American Revolution, and that was an alliance. But the principle that they urged upon their fellow citizens and posterity, remember also the words of the Constitution, that this is for ourselves and our posterity, was to have as little connection as possible with foreign countries, as great commercial relations, expansive commercial relations, but as little political connection as possible. In fact, George Washington gives that exact advice in his very famous farewell address. He said that we want to have as close commercial relations with as many nations of the world as want to trade with us, but as little political connection with them as possible. Now that's very far from isolationism. There's an understanding that the United States, as a commercial republic, as a trading nation, is going to have relations with other countries. It's going to talk to other countries. Ships are going to visit their ports. Their ships are going to visit our ports. We're going to be doing business together. We're going to be interacting. That's not isolationism. What he wants to avoid, and what he recommends that future Americans avoid, is making long-lasting, or even far worse from his perspective, permanent alliances that allow us to get drawn in to foreign quarrels that are really none of our business and that are not in our interests. That we end up fighting wars on behalf of other countries that help those countries, but that spend American blood and treasure in ways that don't benefit the American interest. That's what he was worried about. He wasn't recommending isolationism. He was recommending good, friendly commercial relations with as many of the nations of the world as benefited the U.S. economy without getting involved in their fights.